I even forgot we cut the music short.
Hilarious.
Hey, everybody.
Patricia, gotta
How
say
you
shout out to
doing?
Patricia. She just tries to make it all the time, and sometimes life be lifing,
Life be
gets in the
life in it.
way. Yeah, but she's so on point. Patricia, you know how we feel about you. David Peterson, you too. You're not as pretty as Patricia, but you damn cute.
And Ward Wilson was the first one. He's the first one so many
What's
times.
Ward? What's cracking? Did I miss Ward? Amy, what's
Everyone.
up? Sagano, everybody,
Everybody,
everybody.
everybody.
Happy Wednesday. How are you, Iona?
Happy Wednesday. I'm good. I'm good. I want to throw just a little more shout outs. Phil, hello, hello there. Instagram, hello there. YouTube, hello, Facebook people. So glad to have all of you with us. This is just so wonderful. I, I'm just thrilled to have you. I'm good. Hey, how you doing, Philly?
Had a good day.
I had a good day too.
I had a good day. Yeah, we did. It was a great, really good day. Um, yeah, I'm all right, man. Things are going pretty good. I've got some fun stuff coming up, and I think you and I just got tapped to do something special, a little meet and greet stuff. Are we doing that? Yeah.
Oh man,
Um, so
yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
just a lot of stuff's going on, man. I'm very happy and moving and grooving. So.
good, honey. And we had a really good morning today.
Tell them.
We
Tell
had a really
people.
good morning, you guys. Feeling like, and you guys, I'm gonna my just so I can explain this to you. My
Screen.
screen, thank you, baby, on my computer. Don't know what happened. It busted, and so I'm using my 55-inch above. So if you see me going, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking because I gotta catch the comments from everybody, all the love that we've got from everyone, so I can see. We Phil took me today to a firing range, you guys, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful because he showed me how to hold the gun so that I felt in control. I'd been to a firing range once before, and also he had ear muffs or whatever they're called, ear cans for me.
Hmm.
I didn't have that the first time I went, and man, it was so loud. It was really emotional. We're there with firearms and what else they use for other than hunting. But this time, Phil hooked me up. He gave me all the equipment. He talked to me about the guns. He showed me how to load them. He showed me how to hold them. He showed me how to spy what was it, Phil? The metal,
Oh, your iron sights
the
to
iron
line
sight.
up your iron sights to the target.
Right. And you know what? I felt comfortable. I felt relaxed. I felt in control. I wasn't scared. I wasn't I won't say what I wasn't. I'll tell you what I was. I felt good and confident about what I was doing. And
Mm.
that meant the world, honey. Thank you so much for that experience today. And because
Oh, I'm
dad
glad.
taught us how to play pool, I was a good shot.
No, she was right on from the beginning, and had one that was dead straight center. So that's impressive on a single shot. A lot of people like pop 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 pop, and they hit the center. But when you're just shooting single shots and you hit the center, that's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I think that the way I was introduced to firearms is the way I think everybody should be introduced. A lot of safety first, a
Hmm.
lot of safety first. Have respect for the weapon. Have respect for this very violent thing that you're approaching. It has its own innate violence, and you have to not necessarily control it, but you have to manage it so that you guys work. You guys, the gun and you work together, and that's not a lot. I haven't had that kind of instruction before. So when Iona said she wanted
Mm.
to experience it, I was excited because I feel as though I've been given great tutelage by Taryn Butler and Tatiana Gaidar and all the people over at Taryn Tactical. They're just the best in the world as far as I'm concerned for tactical shooting. Not that I've had a lot of
Mm.
experience, it. But I know a lot of people that have, and they say the same thing. So I'm really, really, really grateful for whatever they've given me that I was able to share with you today. And they did the same thing to me or for me that hopefully you experienced, which was calm, not nervous, anxious, yeah, because it's something that you haven't really experienced before, so you're anxious about it. But nerves and fear can get you hurt badly, and we were in a good place. You know, we were at a wonderful shooting range. It's called Smoke and Barrel Gun Range and Gun Shop out in Simi Valley.
Great
Link
place.
is the proprietor with his sons. It's phenomenal. My buddy Don Franklin is a range instructor out there, and he came out early. He had a 12:30 lesson, but came early to see us and was giving Iona some incredible pointers and tips.
Hmm.
And I think she's going to probably go back out there and train with him another time. But yeah, it was wonderful. And you know, we didn't grow up with guns. We didn't grow up with guns in our house or around us that we were aware of. And it wasn't that our father was against it. He just wasn't a gun guy. You know, it wasn't outwardly a gun guy. He wasn't a hunter. He's from the city. You know, he wasn't a hunter or a fisher or a naturalist. He was a city cat. So, and our mom as well. She was, even though she's from West Virginia, she wasn't a gun person. So we don't know these things. They didn't. They weren't in our backyard when we were growing up. So we're learning about them, and I'm really honored to be handling weapons the way I am and the kind of weapons that I have, which are really, really special because they're all TTI, Terran Tactical Weapons. And I've gained a great respect for firearms, the shooting community, the firearm community, and how gun laws should be adjusted. You know, because now I'm using them, and I'm good for gun safety as well as responsible gun ownership, both.
Good. I totally agree with you, Phil. And you know, this is not something I ever wanted to do. I mean, it's fun. I will say, you know, when you go to a fair and you're shooting and let's win a toy. And I've done that and I've always done very well. But I tell you, that's because Dad did teach us how to be good pool players. But it wasn't something I never wanted in my home. But these are different times, and I just want to be safe for my family. And so I went with who I know is a very responsible person, Phil. And you were a great instructor, honey. Very patient and thorough. I think that's very important because the first time we went, I didn't have that. And
Mm,
so there were a lot of, I never got to a comfortable place. And this felt comfortable. So
mm.
it was a good way to start off this journey because it's a journey.
Good, good. I'm glad you came away with it like that. I had a feeling you would. I thought you would have a good time, and you know, I always love to go. It's you know, I love the hand-eye coordination thing, and um, so it's a challenge every single time, and it's an extension of my martial arts training because martial arts training is about trying to rein in your violent nature or expressing yourself in a
Mm,
self-defense manner with violent techniques. You're trying to control that. Guns, the same thing. You're trying to control the weapon and understand the weapon and work with the weapon so that it can aid you. And you're right. It's a weird time right now. Uh, you know, hmm, I don't necessarily want to carry a gun on me. I don't want that energy. I don't know if that's a true thing or not, really. But I personally don't want that to be the alternative for me. If that's somebody else's and they feel that they need to draw down on for whatever reason, it's just going to go down like that. But I don't know if I can or want to in a social setting have that as an alternative. I
yeah.
don't know. In my house, no problem. No problem, honestly. But in public, slippery slope as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that either. It would
No. And
just
no, I'm not moving to Brazil. So we can
no
put that to bed.
it would just so make me aware that I have it. I know that it'll be an adjustment with it in my home
Mm,
and then responsible about locking it up. But
mhm.
it is something that unfortunately, but I think wisely that we're going to purchase at some point in time just to have I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I'd rather know what I'm doing than to just willy nilly go out and buy something and then all the nervousness. Because once you know how to handle something, there's already going to be that tension in any kind of situation. And this would help somewhat. I hope I never have to report about a situation. But it was a great way to start the morning, and I love spending it with my bro.
That was great. We hung out. We drove all the way to Simi Valley. It was great, man.
Yeah.
So another experience had, and yes, Egyptian Lewis. It carries a great responsibility. That's why we spend so much
Mm,
time on gun safety. And I was not a gun person. I got turned on to it by the best people I feel that I could have, and I'm really really
nice.
grateful. Like I said before, and David Peterson knows. Our hands are that he and I have trained for a long time, have energy and have spirit and have a great um, ability. But a firearm is different. It's um, that gives me more distance for my self defense to defend myself, my family, my property. And
Hmm.
that's why I think I would only have it at home and not out in the street, because I do have these and my feet, my manos and my pedros to handle the business. And I'm fairly confident with that, in a social setting especially. Um, but a lot of people don't have that opportunity to train as hard as I have to train as hard as David has to acquire those skills. So
Hmm.
sometimes you need a little, you know, the shut up stick. You know what I mean? You need that shut up stick, and sometimes that requires a little bit more force.
I see too, you guys, my comments, for some reason, they are coming down. So, it's just a week. I'll get a new screen. I thought I was telling Phil, I've got this 55-inch screen. It looks so much better on Instagram for everybody. But it's not doing much good for me or for you right now. But we'll still stay with our comments and then we'll get that together. You had no choice, Egyptia. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, but what we always talk about here is well, okay. So Phil and I are driving home, and we're talking about the show and where we are and what we're doing, and we get to talking about what's going on right now.
Mm.
And there are things that are just going on that, as a collective, we have to say we have created because we have a part in this. And Phil mentioned that, and I think that's so important because number one, it gives us power to change. There is power with all of us to change. The more like minded people we find, the more change we can create. And right now, there are things going on where we might do things a little differently for what I hope is not for a long time. And so that's why we went to the gun range this morning.
Yeah, well, that's why I took her. She is Iona is very conscious and sentient in those ways, and sensitive to what's going on in the world around us. Hey, Kolsch, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. And we were talking. I mean, I guess we should start maybe with the theme of the show. Iona
Yes,
first.
absolutely,
we,
absolutely.
we were
Wait a minute.
trying
Wait,
to.
I'm gonna pull
Yeah,
my
Iona
sweater,
hits me up.
my
She's like, "Listen,
sweater
we got to
down.
focus more on having the show look kind of buttoned down a little bit more, so
That's
we have
right.
a focus."
That,
And
that
what's
that's
our
kind of
what's our topic?
kind
So
of our woman.
I
Our
can.
theme is disappointments can be gifts. Disappointments can be gifts. I'm going to share with you a little disappointment. This is what made me think about this today, and then
Yeah,
you and I
this is
talked about.
Iona's topic. I mean, her title, by the
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, I ordered a new television because, boy, I've had some bugaboos recently. So I guess all my technical stuff has to be replaced for our bedroom. Right now, our television went out, and my husband was out of town. And before he comes back, I want to make sure that television's on because he's a baseball fanatic, and I'm trying to keep my relationship intact. So I went to Best Buy, bought a new TV, got Apple TV, got the whole thing. They're coming to mount it, all good. They were supposed to be here on Saturday. Thursday, they called me and said we're not coming till the 17th. What do you mean you're coming till the 17th? He comes home on Sunday. I need to have a television. Now we've got other televisions, but still, it's the end of the night. That comfort thing. So I was really frustrated and I couldn't get them to fix it. They said, we just don't have any drivers. Got off the phone and something said to me, Iona, this could be a blessing in disguise. Hey, what can I do? I go on with my week. Husband comes home and I mentioned to him, babe, the television isn't working. Then we notice there is a light right next to the television that is not working. So he does some digging behind our heavy laden dresser drawers and finds that somehow the television has become unplugged. He plugs it in, television's working, light is working. I cancel Best Buy. I fall out laughing, but you guys, this is a little thing. But what I felt was in the broader picture that I was being protected from spending all that money to get that television when I had a perfectly fine television. And the reason why I say this is a little thing, but I'm particularly paying attention to this, is because think about those times when you love someone, right? And then they break up with you and you're heart sick because that was the one. And then you find out years later that wasn't the one. But if you'd stayed with that one, you wouldn't have met the one. If you had stayed with that job that fired you, you wouldn't have the better job you have, or you wouldn't have thought about going out there on your own. So for me, as I'm walking through life, I'm finding sometimes when things don't happen, I don't stress about it anymore. Well, I may take a moment. We always take a moment and then get over it and let it go. Because I have found that whenever something has not come to me as I wanted, as I so planned, something better is in the works. And I'm always open to something better in the works. If I don't spend a lot of time kvetching about what I thought was a perfect situation, a perfect television moment, a perfect whatever. So I
Hmm.
wanted to invite you to think about that sometimes. Disappointments. There can be a gift behind that disappointment. What you got to say about that, Philly Willie?
Um, First, I'm going to address something on this feed. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, look, because I couldn't look. You're going to be doing
Yeah,
more feed for me today.
yeah, just one. We're going to talk to Sagano for just a second.
Oh,
And Sagano, we're talking about disappointment. It seems like you're disappointed. Seems like you're disappointed that this is not, we're not giving you the shine that you want, or that I'm not. I appreciate that. This is not a personal forum, it's a public one. We're sharing this with many people, and I appreciate you. And and I'm sorry that you feel like you have to insult or lash out. This certainly isn't the place for that. Um, and I want to encourage you to understand the energy that this is really about. And it's about uplifting people and trying to get the best out of ourselves. And so that's why we're here. You're not here for that. You know, we good, and you can move on to whatever it is that you are good with. But what you're putting out right now is not the energy that we need. And I just wanted to say that because you have been here for a couple of weeks, and we appreciate your comments and your thoughts and your journey. But this is not the forum for you to use that language or use that energy against any of us uh, that are on here. So once again, with all the love in the world and respect in the world, um, try to take a different tack. Try to understand really what we're about on this forum, and let's address those things and leave everything else alone. That's what I'll have to say about that. Disappointment is hey, if it happened to you, it's for a reason. If something happened to you that you're upset about, it's for a reason. And it's best for us to understand that reason as opposed to continue to lament it, which will keep us in a place of negativity. At least that's what happens with me. If I am disappointed in something, say I don't get a role, right? I really want this role, man. I really want this character, this part. There's an audiobook, not a book on tape, but an audiobook that I wanted recently. I don't know if I got it or not, but I would be disappointed because the opportunity is so good, the material is so good, and I would love to apply my talent to that material. That's it. That's all. And if I don't get it, I'm hoping that the person who did get it shines in the role, shines in the part, and does the best to honor the material. I'm just gonna go forward with it and use that to fortify me for the next audition or the next moment, as opposed to languish in the disappointment of not getting it. And the disappointment also shows me that I care, shows me that I'm invested, that I'm immersed in the experience. And that's all I can bring. It's somebody else's decision whether or not they hire me. So I have to just bring everything I have and allow that to be there.
I have that's wonderful and well said, Phil.
Hmm.
Um, Ina, let me pull this over. Ina says disappointments are the chiaroscuro of life, where
Chiaroscuro.
shadow. Thank you. Where shadows of what could. I'm gonna bring you back in, my love. Where shadows once could have been which could have accentuated the light of what will be, which accentuate the light of what will be, revealing. Let me just read it now. Revealing contours of growth, resilience, and unforeseen opportunities. Beautiful, beautiful. Well said. Totally agree with you. And I agree too what you just said, Phil. You know, it does show that you care and it does show that it's important to you. And I think too that just because they happen, oftentimes there's growth in that. Remember, we've talked about just because someone says no to you is not a negative thing. There may be something in there that's going to help your project grow better. That's going to help you improve. It's going to help elevate what you want, and also let those no's get out of the way because they bring you to your yeses. And yeses are out there for us. They truly are.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Well, Chris says, my manager, Christopher Barrett says, man, I'm looking for the yes. We're looking for the yes. So if we get a no, okay, whatever. Next, we're looking for the yes.
mhm,
You're going to get no's. You're in the game of life. There is risk. And with risk, there's you win, you lose. And sometimes
mhm.
you're just going to lose, metaphorically. I mean, do you ever really lose, though? That's what this whole thing's about. Disappointment is part of the perfection of your journey. So are you really losing, or you're
Mhm.
gaining something through this sense of disappointment? And if we can convert it, like I was saying, into something positive that's a light, then it does mean something.
Yes. And so important. So important. Um sorry baby, I'm just writing something right now.
Hmm.
Okay. Um so that was what I was thinking about through this week. There's a job that Phil and I had talked about that actually came to him in one way and came to me in another way. It was just different parts of the job that they were possibly looking for us to be involved in. And the deal did not work out the way I would have, the way it needed for me to say yes to. And in the old days, you guys, when I was younger, I would have been disappointed. Darn, that didn't happen. I was really looking forward to. And in this way, I was like, no. This is if this was for me, then it would have come to me in the correct fashion that it was supposed to. And I told Phil the fact that I said no and I'm confirming for the universe who I am and the type of work that I do, I know something else is going to come up and I'm going to go, wow, if I was doing that project, I never would have been able to be available for something.
Mm, mm, mm,
And
mm.
that's part of also I feel about how much angst are we going to have about something didn't work out. You can't think.
It's truly unzen.
Very.
David Peterson, you will love this story if you're still here. And brother, I sure wish you are. Sure hope you are. When my Sifu closed his school, I was in Atlanta doing a job. And I wasn't able to be there. And I wasn't able to kind of procure all the things that I wanted from him. Um, and he sold a lot of the stuff, a lot of the pads and dummies and the drums and the lion head, everything sold. So I came back and, do my thing, training, whatever. I trained with this one woman, Donna Yap, who I was training her, who ended up buying Sifu's dummy, one of them. And she had it for a while. I thought she moved to Hawaii. She hadn't. She hit me. She hit me up And she said that she had the dummy. Would I want it? I said, of course, yes. What can I give you? She said, no, 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 no. You should have this dummy. You deserve this. You're the one whose hands have been on this. You're the ones whose feet have touched
Mm.
this. This was your Sifu. This was not mine. It was so beautiful. So I went this last weekend, and my son and I picked it up, and we're going to erect it in my garage. My wife is kind enough to allow us to do that. And then I will train on the dummy diligently, and I will teach some dummy technique to my son, and I will have my Sifu forever, which I always do here. But I will, I will always, always cherish this beautiful piece of furniture now. It's I mean, so here I was
Mm.
disappointed that I couldn't get it, you know. But the universe is perfect, and what was meant to be was, and is. And so don't lament these things. You know, yes, disappointment can be momentary.
Mm-hmm.
We should move through that space. Yes, if you're disappointed because you didn't get that job, or the check didn't come through, or the your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife, was in a certain way and it disappointed you. Just allow that to be a moment to inform you, and then move through it and be better as a result. Let it go. Let that disappointment go. It's not going to serve you in the future. It's hard to get rid of it in the present. It's just
Mm.
hard. We all have nervous systems and feelings, and it's not always well sorted. We can't always be so grounded and clear. So yes, sometimes we do experience those disappointments, but allow those things to give you the strength to answer the question a little bit better next time. You know,
That is so true, Phil. I love that you got that. That is wonderful.
isn't that good,
Oh
David? Isn't that
man.
amazing? Isn't that amazing, bro?
Ooh.
So it is downstairs. We were gonna set it up on a traditional stand, David. You know those big old wonkin teak numbers. It was just too big. I have to find a way to mount it to the wall so it takes up less room, and I'll slide it. It'll slide back and forth or side to side. It'll be as good as we can make it. But I can't. He signed the top of it. Hawkins Chung's signature is on the
Wow.
top of the dummy. Ha ha! It's like getting Bruce Lee's nunchucks.
Right, right. And didn't he train with Bruce Lee?
Yeah, but that's what
Yes.
I'm saying. It's like, here's my shoes. Here's my yellow jumpsuit from Game of Death. It's
Right.
just so
Right.
amazing.
I,
So
I
amazing.
love that because I always think when something comes to you from those who have passed on, they're thinking about us. They're
Yeah,
wanting to connect.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
wanting to be a part of
He is
you.
with me, man. Come
Yeah.
on. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. And who else would he want to be with but you? And I love that she saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, do- guys, those little voices that talk to us, don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. Those are voices who say, call so and so. Pick up the phone and call them. If you can't call right around, send a text. You never know what's going to happen. Hey, I thought of a girlfriend of mine who I love. She's like a sister of mine. And just for a couple of days, it was really bugging me. Thinking about her. And I finally got on the phone and called her. She was in a terrible place. And this is one of the most positive, happening, working, wonderful, lovely guy, has a lot of friends, travels the world, women, and something had happened that just had broken her heart. And I called right then. So I do my best whenever someone comes to my mind, I reach out. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I did. This just came to my mind. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. So husband didn't come back till Sunday. And on Wednesday, I had a thought. I'm going to have a party at the house with my girls, some of my girls. So I thought about having about 5, 6 women on Friday night. And then another woman came to mind. I called her another woman. I had 40 women in my house. Well, actually, they were outside in our backyard on Friday night. Now, when Youngo and I have these parties with Phil's been to so many of them with bands, and we're cooking and we're
Beautiful. It's
barbecuing,
amazing.
potluck, and it's so much fun. So
No,
I
it's a thing.
hadn't hadn't had a party in my backyard prior to COVID. So Needless to say, there was a lot of things that needed to be done to prepare for this. I, I didn't rush. Normally, I'm like, I didn't rush. I mean, I moved at a pace because, things need to be done, but I wasn't frantic. I had a friend call me and she says, "Hey, so I'm bringing some food. How many people are coming?" And she said, "About 7." I went, "No." She said, 30. I said, "No, 40." She went, 40. She was pissed. Iona, we thought it was just going to be the neighborhood. There's just going to be some of us. And for a brief moment, I went, "Oh no, I hope I didn't do the wrong thing." Then I went, "Wait a minute. This gathering is about me and the people who came to my consciousness."
Mm.
That was one of the best parties I've ever had in my life. Oh, baby, those women are still charged. We gave each other such love, such passion, because I just did what my mind said, what my spirit said. I just went ahead and did it, and it was wonderful. And I'll tell you, it created a beautiful energy for when my husband came home, because all of that love and sisterhood was still here. So when you have a thought, maybe I want to make a left, but something's telling me to make a right. Baby, make that right and just see what happens. The littlest thing can turn into a big thing. You just never know.
Be present.
Come on.
Enjoy the moment. It'll lead you to the next one. Just be here, man. Enjoy. Like I am so filled with that right now. That there's such beauty in every waking moment, every step you take, really.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get that concept, if not, and totally embrace it, you are relieved of a lot of stuff. I'm relieved of a lot of stresses when I am just right here in front of this microphone and this
Mm-hmm.
computer with my sister and y'all talking about what we're talking about. That's it. Everything else is a construct. Everything else is a mental construct. It doesn't exist outside this room, this moment right now with us, and that's
Mm-hmm.
really freeing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and and then things come to you. You know, when I'm working out, when I'm training, when I'm fighting, I better be in the moment. I better be right there. I better be nowhere else but there. I better understand, seek, search, accept, listen, feel, move. It's not just me. I'm with someone else. Someone else is trying to perpetrate something on me.
Mm.
Same with life. You're not by yourself. You're in
Never.
concert with the universe, whether it's a person or a place,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're in the woods and there's nature around you, you're not alone. You might be solo as a human, but you're never alone. You're always with the universal truth, your God, your deity, your creator, whatever you believe. And for me it's the universe. I feel great relief. I feel great relief when I rely on that. When I lean in to the truth of the universe, when I lean into the truth that's around me. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I get through a lot of stuff. When we're going, like we've been saying for a while, I'm going through a few things. And I was thinking about it just the other day. When I go through these things, I go through them. I cry when I need to cry.
Come
If
on.
I'm sad, I'm sad. If I'm upset, I'm upset. I don't deny myself those emotions. If it's funny and I'm enjoy. You watch my dance videos. I'm just joyous, man. And then before and afterwards, I kick my butt something fierce, lifting weights. But I'm not showing you that. You've seen a ton of videos of people lifting weights and do. Where's the videos of the person who's like just cruising, cool in it? Just I'm just loving the life, man. Those are the videos that I really respond to. So I lean into these things, and when I lean into them, if they're difficult things, I get through them because I I don't will it away. I'm just here, man, and I'm willing. Like, what you got? Come on. And when I go through it, I feel stronger. I feel lighter. I feel more sociable. When I'm in it, I don't want to talk
Mm.
to anybody. You know what I mean? I don't leave the house. I don't want to. I mean, don't you feel it? It's a universal thing. It's like, ah, man, I don't
Yes.
know today. Who do I call about my situation? No one. No one understands me. So who needs to understand me? Well, probably me.
Probably.
So I just so I just lean into that, man. And yeah, I mean, I feel sad for the people around me who are going through struggle and strife and difficulty. But I'm not gonna run away. I'm not afraid. I'm strong in it, and as I go through it, I'm stronger, and that helps me. And I want this for all of us. I don't want us to fall based on our weaknesses and based on our
Mm.
fears and our misgivings. I want us to rally around each other and hold us up and go, brother, sister, I got you.
Come
Come
on.
on, let's go. Your burden is my burden.
Mm.
Your issues are my issues. And that's what I want to, back to full circle, back to the drive we had coming down here. And this problem we have in Los Angeles, the immigration problem and stuff, man. There's too much separation, too much division. We're not seeing each other as each other. We need each other. We need all these brothers and sisters and families and kids and stuff that are being taken. We need them. It's beyond want. They're ingrained in our society.
Hmm.
We'll
Phil,
feel it. We will feel it if they're not here.
Phil, I
Yep.
love what you said about the drug, the analogy.
Oh yeah,
Give
yeah.
give us that analogy. It was beautiful.
Well, we're all fraught with this kind of immigration question, especially in Los Angeles right now, and there's an attack on us. We're getting this immigration problem wrong. We're getting it wrong, people. We have created, or we have wanted to create, America to be the drug of choice, the top dog, the big brother, the daddy. We're the richest, we're the most liberal or the most democratic, we're the freest society on the planet. That's been what we've wanted the world to know about us, and we have been very successful at that. So
We
people
are a
want to be here.
melting pot.
People want to be here. And we're saying to them, look, yes, this is a very powerful drug, but you can't have it. These people can have it, but you can't have it. How's that working for us? How's it working for us? So what we must do is find a way compassionately, with humanity, to accept those that really want to be here and show that they're earnest about it and will give to the society, as well as vetting those that are criminal in nature and that are a blight on this society. That's true too. They both can be true. It isn't just one thing. There are people who contribute to the society who are not legal, whether they're Latino or Cuban or Asian or Russian or Irish or Italian or French or Polish or Spanish or Greek
Haitian,
or
African.
Norwegian or Finnish or African or anything but Native American that grew up on a reservation with a TP and a y'all ain't Americans. So we have to figure out a way to accept the people who will contribute to the society and do want to be here and who even are ostracized and are refugees from their own country because their country is war torn and difficult. How do you think America got started? They kicked them pilgrims out, man. They didn't want them. It was religious persecution. So why are we continuing to persecute
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
nature of humanity?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean about we're getting it wrong. And we just need to figure out a better way. Is it right now? No. Is it perfect right now? No. But think about it. You can put as many border agents as you want on the border. They're still going to find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's
That's
still going
right.
to find a way to get in here. So we might as well make it so that it's humane, profitable, not just financially, spiritually for everybody. And then we're winning because it's not going to stop. You're just not going to stop it. Sorry.
No, no, you're absolutely right. And there's so much fear. Any of us who are living in Los Angeles right now, and it is around the country, it's particularly happening here because we have such a diverse ethnic culture here in Los
Mm,
Angeles. And there's
mm.
so many Latinos here. And the fear, Phil and I stopped at a fast food place just to grab a little something on our way. And I look, everyone in there working is Latino. With everything that's going on, they got up and came to work today. There are some valuable people we are getting rid of that our country needs. We were, I won't say we were founded on, but for many years, What has been beautiful is we talk about America being a melting pot. There is this pride about that. Well, that has helped build America strong. The melting pot of different ethnicities, of different foods. You can walk down La Cienega Boulevard here. You have Indian, you have Asian, you have
And
so
it's
yes,
all good. It's
it's
all
all
good.
good. I don't want to do without that. None of us want to do without that. We are stronger in this world, in our country, together. Let's just figure out how to do it. And honey, sometimes there are baby steps, and one of those steps might screw up, so let's clean it up together. That's what we need to do. There's
It's
sometimes
brutal.
we're doing the show. I was telling Phil, and my heart is so heavy for what I've seen on the news. My granddaughter lives downtown. She was stuck in her lovely apartment, but it was a prison for her for a couple of days because she couldn't get out because of everything that was going on downtown. And let's just talk about all the beautiful people we know in our lives who are of Latino descent, who are just they are scared out of their minds, and it's not right. So we together, we have to fix it. Not pointing a finger at who's doing what. I mean, we can very easily do that, but is that really going to help us for right now?
It's a we thing.
It is.
It's a we thing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's insidious, man. We live in California, in Los Angeles. You know, it's just
Mm-hmm.
Hermosa Beach is down the way,
Los
Altadena,
Cienega,
Pasadena, Malibu, Playa Vista. I mean,
Figueroa.
what are we talking about? Pico, Sepulveda. What are we talking about? It's just so it's ignorance and it's small mindedness,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I can see. And we
Mm-hmm.
want to open ourselves up. We don't want to close ourselves off. If we are a melting pot, if we have been the greatest country on the face of the planet because of the fabric of our societies, we need to enhance them, not separate them, not
Mm-hmm.
homogenize them, but integrate them in the best way. In the best way. So we're bringing the best of everybody together, and we're uplifting those that don't have it
Mm-hmm.
as well as you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it isn't like, here, I've done well. How come you ain't doing it? It's not that. It's, I'm doing well. Let me be a resource for people. Let me be gracious. Let me be grateful. Let me reach back and help. Let me reach up.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
if I'm in need, and we're just too little of it, man. It's too tribal right now. And I appreciate tribes, and I appreciate, vive la différence, that we're different people, and I learn a lot from everybody's difference. But I don't want us to be holding that over our heads,
No.
you know, pointing out the differences because it allows you to judge easier. That's that's not compassionate at all.
Absolutely. It's a
So
great disappointment right now to me of what I see we are doing to our country. But if I let myself fall into despair for too long, if I let myself fall into complaining or fear, I can't think of new ideas. I won't be able to think of anything that's going to help this situation be better. We won't be able to show up here on Wednesday with smiles on our faces to talk about things with you that have to do with going what that have to do with what's going on, or that have and then or just have to do with our hearts, our souls, our spirits. We talk about so much on this show. We bring so many diverse guests in here and talk about things because life must go on, but we need to find more like-minded people so we can make change that needs to be done to happen. But kvetching about it and complaining is not going to help anything.
don't do. Okay, Iona will understand exactly what I'm saying. She's a director. If I go to her and I say, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this dialogue. I just don't like it. With nothing, I'm a doofus. Okay? I'm just a person who wants to be heard. But if I go to Iona as the director and say, I'm having a little trouble with this because I really do feel that my character would do X and would say, in this moment, I really feel that he would say X. And can we kind of workshop that? And look at Iona's face already. She's accepting. She's willing because I haven't come in and shut the door and said, I just don't like it. No,
Right.
no adjustment, no idea, no way to go, just a flat, I don't like it. And so that is what I think is happening. People are
Hmm.
like, I don't like it,
Hmm.
without any alternative, without anything to, like I've been saying lately, undergird it. Ina says something, America's path is veered from humanity's heart. It's very
Hmm.
well said.
Hmm.
So true. Because we're in our political head. We're not in our societal head. So we're not being inclusive, we're being divisive because our politics are leading us away from one another as opposed to our humanity, which should bring us closer together. And I'm not quite sure how to fix that other than what Iona's saying about you have to be the example. You know, you can't ask for it to change if you aren't willing to do that or if you're not living the change that you're asking for. So it all begins with us. It all starts with
Hmm.
us.
Yeah. And America's very much in fear right now of something that's made up. And there are different ways, different paths we all have in order to make the change. I'm not saying that the only path is to find like-minded people and to pray and to chant and to have gatherings and feel, but I'm going to tell you there are ways that we all need to come together so that we can make a change. One of them is, I'm going to say very, is vote. Vote. Make your voices heard. Write your letters. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem of fetching and complaining about it, because that just does nothing. And that goes to our lives. Shit happens in our lives all the time. And then you start finding out you're spending more time complaining about it instead of taking a moment, which we all do because we get emotion, then going, okay, what do I need to do to make this change? Any of you who have been here when I've talked to you about the show I just directed, so many things were going on. But if any time at any one of them, if I let my energy down and if I just complained about everything, I wouldn't have been able to see myself through and we wouldn't have had such a fabulous show with such terrific reviews. Again, a little
Well,
thing. Did it save lives? No.
are you saying, Iona, if you fell apart, the show could have fallen apart?
Yes, I am, Phil.
So that's so great. That's amazing. Because people, it's not up to you to say you're the linchpin in this reality or not. What if you are?
Mm-mm,
And you show up and it
mm-mm,
falls apart? What if you are the power? What if you are the thrust and the driving force? And I
mm-hmm.
only just mentioned an incident where, it's not that she's bigger than anybody or better than it. It's not, has nothing to do with that. There's a construct working,
Come
and she's a
on.
part of the construct. And she may be closer to the hub, right, than the spokes.
Mm-hmm.
So if something happens to that hub, those spokes are, forget it. The whole machine is out of whack. So that was my camera. Um,
Very well done. Very well done.
but that's the thing, right? You might be the answer. So don't give up on yourself. Don't play yourself small. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll get it on. Yeah, you gotta do that one. Hey, yo,
Yeah.
magic. You know what I'm saying, people? Give
Yeah.
yourself the credit. Give yourself the credit that you are a powerful, bad MFer.
Come on.
So be the light. Don't think, oh, that's not, my vote doesn't count. I'm just one of, no, you won. That's
That's
enough.
right.
One of
That's right.
what you won. You belong. You exist. You matter. You count.
Think about how many people you admire. If they didn't think that they counted and they just kept their mouths shut, we wouldn't have Oprah. We wouldn't have a LeBron James. We wouldn't have had a Martin Luther King. We wouldn't have had, I can go on and on and on and on and on. It just took one. That's all it takes is one to bring a gaggle of people together. If I hadn't made that phone call, those texts I sent out for 2 days, just come, 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 we wouldn't have had such a resonance in our souls that has spanned through the week. Just think about that. If you don't say hi to that attractive person you see, oh, I'm gonna tell you a funny story about that. Okay, let me finish this one. If you don't say hi to that attractive person you see, you may not create a new relationship. And it doesn't always work out. For example, I went and I saw a girlfriend at a gig. Her guitarist was dreamy. And I
Dreamy.
said, "Can you set me up?" She said, "I'll mention something." She calls me and says, "Yeah, he'll meet with you." I meet him at a bar in New York. It's a happening place. I walk in, he and I look at each other. There is no connection. But a friend of his walked in the door, and I dated that guy for a while. So you never know. You never know where you speaking up is going to lead. You never know. So don't be quiet. You are important. You are valuable. You are necessary. You are needed. Each and every one of you. K9 had something, baby, that he asked a while ago, and I'm going to bring that up. He says, Iona and Philly, how do you think your mom and dad would feel about this situation? They
Our
would
mother would be crushed.
be very much none too happy.
Crushed. I mean, she would be so sad. She would be. She'd be worried about where this country's going. You know, I think our father would be angry. He'd be very upset about the situation,
Very
and
much so.
he would be in the streets for sure.
When there were the 60s riots and we were living in Los Angeles, and dad called up several people he loved and told them, "Bring your family to our home." We didn't have a big house. For the kids, it was a sleepover. We all had sleeping bags. So we were in the living room with sleeping bags. They were making breakfast. We had no idea, really, of the upset and the danger and the concern that was around us that the adults had. Dad called everyone right away. "You get over here and let's all band together to make sure that we're okay." And everyone was okay. Our parents are very active. Mom, every time she worked as one of the in the vote
Pollsters. She was a
pollsters.
pollster
Thank you, Phil. As a
in the
pollster,
precinct.
every time she taught us that there was a responsibility about voting, about letting your vote be heard, and not just going to there, but actually reading up on the issues, knowing who the
Hmm.
candidates are, because they represent you. You're giving them that job.
Hmm.
Just because they're running doesn't mean they've got the job. And dad was very much, he went around the world speaking to schools, speaking to people about much we talk about on the show, and just about being right with yourself and being right in terms of how you treat others.
They had a campaign event I'll never forget at our house with Mayor Tom, with then
Tom Bradley.
Councilman Tom Bradley, who was
Hmm.
running against Sam Yorty, who was the mayor at the time. I don't know, did you hit something? Because look at me.
I'm
Look at me. I
sorry?
look tall. I look tall.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
there you
touch
go.
anything. I don't know what happened.
I don't either. Um, but so they were very politically astute.
Hmm.
That's why I know that he would be in the streets. He would be somewhere at a
Hmm.
rally. He'd be speaking somewhere. He'd be showing up the same way I did when this was going down earlier. And Iona, it's so funny because remember what happened when the Rodney King thing happened? We had everybody at my house at the beach.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Everybody came to our house and slept here in the same way that they did it at our house in the 60s. It was the
Right.
same thing. We all came west. Um, but I suppose that question is good because it shows you that your people will stand up for you. They will
Hmm.
show up for you. And our
Hmm.
parents were that. That's why we show up for ourselves. That's why we show up here. That's why we are a resource for those around us. That's what we saw in our house growing up. Our parents were a resource for people. They came to them. Same way people come to me or Iona. And they ask for our advice. They want our mentorship or they want our counsel when they're going through tough stuff because we done seen some things and we don't sugarcoat it, but we're all love. So That's what we need. We need some reality mixed with love and humanity, compassion. And then we're strong, resilient, sensitive, vulnerable, joyous, all at one time. So all this finger pointing, all this vitriol is just, it doesn't work, man. Listen. I'm gonna use just a perfect example in the moment. Our beautiful Signa, who's Sagano, who's I don't know if she understands or they know what English means, but there are a couple of ways to approach everything, and you need to find it in your heart to approach everything with compassion and humanity. And when you do that, change will occur.
That's true.
When you reach out with anger, ego, and judgment and opinions, those are consequences that maybe you can't recover from. Um, so I try my best to see it through a compassionate lens, and when I do that, even when things aren't comfortable, um, they seem to work. It seems to work
Mm-hmm.
out. It calms the fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of fanning the flames with your ego or your agenda
That's right.
or your bullshit. Man, we all got our own bullshit, you know. So you like that? My voice went, oh, no bullshit, no bullshit.
Yeah,
So
we
let's
do.
keep that off of you, man. Keep that off of you.
And and Phil talks about a lot of times of people coming and they're chatting with us and asking advice, and we have our opinions, but I think the one thing that I'm really proud that we don't do is a get caught up in the pity party. Now, when I was younger, oh, I got caught up in the pity party. Oh, yeah, girl, I know. No, let's move past that. And also, it is with compassion. It's not, I told you so. You need to do it this way. It's with ideas. These are the thoughts. Throw it out there and have a conversation with people. Don't just tell them how to feel or what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Have the conversation, build them up. And remember, the first one you got to build up is who? Oh, yeah, that person you're looking at in the mirror
My
every
agent?
single day. Oh, yeah, your agent constantly. And also, you look at it in the mirror every day to build yourself up, to make sure that you are walking through life with the with the love and kindness you have in your heart. And let me tell you, at this age that I am, I'm still growing. I'm still getting more confidence, and no, confidence is not it. My sense of the world is growing. Now, this is another little thing. Another little thing. So Phil and I are at the range today, and he pulls out a rifle, and I'm thinking, oh, that thing looks big. So I go to the rifle several times to pick it up, and 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 I pick it up gingerly. After a while, Phil's telling me to stand back, and he says to me, you pick it up. This is where you pick it up. Learn how to pick it up and pick it up. Take control of it. Handle it. Now, yes, that was about the rifle in that moment, but that was about more than the rifle in that moment. That's really about life, you guys. Pick it up. Go for it. And I know there are a lot of you who are very successful in what you do. Stay successful and continue to go for it. It's also in how we talk to others. There are others around us who are being ginger about something. Pick it up, baby. Go for it. Skin your knee. See blood. Uh-oh. Maybe I got to do it differently. If you don't skin your knee, you're not going to know what you're made of. It never bothers me when I hear about a kid broke their hand, broke their foot. I'm like, yeah, they're learning. They won't do that shit again. They're learning. We don't stop learning to the day we are no longer physically here. That's the beauty of life. You have experiences and you grow. What Phil and I did today, what wonderful relationship time of experiences and growing individually and closer and together. That's so important that we allow that for ourselves. Take a risk, baby. Take a risk. Be afraid. as you move forward with a new idea. But stand firm in your conviction, and I promise you it'll pay off. May not be in the way you think, because remember, disappointments are a way to sometimes a better part of yourself.
Think about the people like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, people who had great disappointments coming out of the draft, thought
Mm.
they're going to be drafted highly. Yo, they wore that disappointment like a shield, and they're going to go into the Hall of Fame. Won Super Bowls and millions of dollars in contracts and stuff, and all kind of wonderfulness in life. And it was because they were like, I got disappointed because they didn't. You know why you get disappointed? Think of it this way: they didn't see their value. You had a greater value than the reality gave you. So you're disappointed.
Mm.
You wanted that thing. Why? You feel you deserved it. You wanted this situation. Why? You felt you worked for it. And so you're disappointed because you felt so highly about yourself that the universe didn't agree with in that moment. You know what the
And
beauty of that is? You felt highly about yourself. It ain't your business what the universe does. It's only your business what you do. So I just thought of that in the moment because you can't be disappointed if you don't care, if you have no investment, if you don't have any expectations, if you're not striving. You're not disappointed because there's nothing to lose. So don't stop striving because in that moment you were disappointed. Keep striving because you're the one who is going to be the engine of your change. Come
that's,
on.
wait. You're the one who's going to be the engine of your change. That's good, Phil. That's good. And each one of those people you mentioned, that disappointment made them work harder.
They
Made them
wouldn't be
work
who they
harder.
are
They
without it.
wouldn't be who they are.
Iona said that at the beginning. She said at the beginning. And I'm just giving you an example of two people in sports, of course, but there's other examples.
Oh,
Obama's probably one. You know, had a disappointment, and him like, no, not on my watch. I am going
mm-hmm,
to succeed. Watch this.
mm-hmm,
So you know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? That's powerful stuff right there. So use that disappointment as a here we go.
Launchpad.
Here we
Launch.
go.
Stephen Curry, if you have a chance, you guys, watch his documentary. I loved it. He's not a very tall man. He's not a very, very big man. And he went to schools that were like, oh, I know you want to play basketball, but really? He worked hard. Look who he is today because he worked hard. He is the tour guide of his own life. He wasn't relying on anybody else. Come on, Stephen. If you just keep working, it'll happen. He said that to himself. Be your own encouragement. It's not such a bad thing if someone says I don't want you. Someone says I don't like your project. I don't like what you're bringing. That's not such a bad thing. I don't like that moment that you chose. That's not such a bad thing because hopefully, if you think about it, that will make you strive to do something better. Sometimes those situations and people are put in your life to elevate you,
Mm-hmm.
see what you're made of, give you
Mm-hmm.
that goose that you need to be more than even what you think. As long as there's breath in life, as long as you
You
wake
got a
up,
shot.
you
You
got a
got a
shot,
shot.
baby.
Come on.
You got a shot.
Just hey, take all that stuff in you, all the weird grief, PTSD, difficult anxiety, weird stuff, and know it's
Mm-hmm.
just stuff. It
Come
ain't
on.
real.
Come on.
You're the one who can take it and you can take it and move it through your body, out of your brain, out of your mind, out of your spirit, so you can come from dis-ease into ease. And that's how I want to live. And I get it wrong a lot. You know, less and less, admittedly, but
Yes.
still get it wrong. I'm still processing things that I may process for the rest of my life. That's okay. That's the journey. I'm willing. I'm excited to see where it's going to take me, how my desires and my passions will make me fly. And,
Mm.
and if they bite me, because I'm risking, I'll find some ointment. I'll find a salve, but never a balm. Don't put a balm on. Nobody knows what a balm can do. But I will.
He ain't got no sense. He ain't got no
Uh,
sense.
that's part of it too. Keep a healthy sense of humor, people. Keep
That's
a
right.
healthy sense of humor. Mm,
That's right.
mm, mm,
Oh,
mm.
honey.
Yeah,
I love you, Phil.
I love you too, Ona. All good.
Oh,
Uh,
this has just been wonderful.
what a good day. Wonderful time. Thank you for this. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ina, Sagano, Quentin, K9, Andreen, everybody, every Ward, everybody, Patricia,
Going through
everybody.
all the names and everything and everything. And
Mm.
let me pull up, like I always like to do. Let me see. Let me see. Let me get a little music in here, you guys.
Yeah, but and just so everybody knows, I will not be here next Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
I'm
okay. I'll be here.
working on a music video. Yeah, I'm one of the girls in the background. I'm dancing. They saw my dance videos on on my feed. They're like, dude, you could be in the video. How do you look in a in a two piece? I'm like, I look sharp. I'm only kidding. I'm not playing a dance, but I am doing a music video.
And I'll be here with a
Oh,
fabulous guest next week. I cannot wait for you to meet them. And we'll be missing Philly, but he'll be back. He'll be back. He's
oh
out
yeah,
there. He's out there
doing my
doing
thing. You know how it is, man. Enjoying
do
myself,
your thing.
making
Do
magic in a
what you
buck.
wanna do. Do. I can't do. This is where you find Philly, you guys. Look at that handsome face. Look at that man. At the Philboards. This is where you can find me. I own a lot of gold. Tell your friends, you guys. Bring a friend next week. Come on, follow us. Tell people. I am like on the path. We're going to build this up even further just to spread the love. And here's where you can find the show. The vision is possible. The vision is possible. Wow. Well, I think this has been a good time, Phil.
Very nice. I want to thank everybody for all your comments and encouragement, and everybody who's saying I should be in this movie or that movie, Avengers Doomsday or whatever. I will accept it all. I love it all. I'm just so grateful that you guys have that support for me. So I really want to thank you for that. That's very, very special. It means a whole lot.
Yeah. Thank you guys for everything that you all the comments you give us. And thank you for coming every week. And Philly, adore you. And you know what I always say is night, Philly. Have a good week, everyone. See ya.
Appreciate you.